Greetings and welcome back to Big Bacon's Collection. Today we're going to be looking at the Star Wars Black Series credit collection Boba Fett from the Mandalorian. Now I don't know if this was actually a Walmart exclusive, but I know that that's the only place I've ever seen it. And that's where I picked this one out. So as always, we're going to look at the packaging. We're going to check the accessories, check out the figure, gear him up, and get him up on the shelf. So credit collection is kind of a double inside joke here, because the figures are made to match the coloration seen during the in-credit images. So he's in a more of a brown than a black because that's what it looked like in the image. Also, they include with each figure a credit token, whether it be Mandalorian, Imperial, Republic. So, carded, very similar to the retro style, the anniversary lines. Kenner, Don't Choke. Boba Fett, the Mandalorian 4+. Beautiful image of the figure through the plastic. Turn around, there's an assload of stupid script. And I mean an assload. And if that wasn't enough, there's more hidden inside. Got a brief description of what the credit collection is. And then the full-size image from the credits. So, what do you say? We make men on card collectors cry. Separate. There we go. Okay, so there is a double tray in this. Gotta get the paper torn so that the bubble will actually come out. So we're done with the card. And yes, there is the additional superscript once again. So as I was saying, there's a double tray. The rear tray has his two longer weapons. This one has his credit and him. So let's start with the one that's the most obvious that fell out, the credit. It is made of plastic, got a nice metallic sheen to it. It is double-sided, and will go in great with the other ones I have. Now, the only other credit collection figure I can think of at the moment that I have is the Cara Dune. And the only reason I have her is because the original release is so prohibitively expensive, I just can't bring myself to actually buy it. So let's start with the accessories, shall we? We're going to start with the second tray and work our way forward. So he's got a slug thrower, a cycler rifle. Unlike most weapons in the Star Wars universe, this actually fires projectiles instead of energy beams. At least it's supposed to. Got some great detail sculpt. A little bit of silver paint right here near the end of the barrel just to make it look good. And then for some reason I got some really shiny really shiny spots on it. Nice looking piece. Okay, we all know what this is. That's right. We have a Bantha toothbrush. Or as most people in the know refer to it, a gaffy stick. Oh, done with that tray. So, sculpt-wise, it is nicely detailed. Very similar to what we see in the actual show. Textured grip. The bladed spiked end. Focus, you son of a bitch. There we go. It has a string. The rifle had a strap. And we'll get to both of those in a moment. Moving on to the main tray. He's got his sidearm done in the same brown plastic as everything else. Now, I have not seen the original release of this Boba Fett in stores. I have not seen it in person. So I can't comment on the differences between this and the other one. Except for what I see in promotional images. Which, now that we're done with that, we're going to get to the figure and go to the two biggest differences. Number one being the color. This is all done in brown, whereas the original was in black. And the reason I opted to get this one as opposed to the other one is the lack of the nasty, ugly white paint all over the face. So looking at the face, that's a Tamara Morrison face. You could see it. Eyes are painted in there nicely, great sculpting. Has a long flowing robe. Hands stick out the bottom, feet stick out the bottom. You can open it up and look at what's underneath. And in actuality, we're going to remove this cloak. Why would we do such a thing? Well, to see what's underneath. So without the cloak, this is what's underneath. Now, we can see parts of what will later be Boba Fett. This little skirting around the shoulder. The armor sits over it, the shoulder pad sits under it in the armored version. The belt overlay, the baggy pants and sash, the boots. I mean, it's all very similar to what the later Boba Fett has. Once again, it's the color that really makes the difference. Articulation-wise, head is on a ball joint and the neck is articulated. So looking up, because of the collar in the back, if you slide the head forward and then you still get just above eye level. Looking down, got some decent down. Great tilt and rotation. And yes, he will walk like an Egyptian. Arm hinges out to 90. Full rotation. This is a very rubbery overlay. Deep cut single jointed elbow comes up well beyond 90. Rotates at the elbow. Hand rotates. Horizontal hinging on the left. Vertical on the right. It's got a waist ball. Allows him to bend back that far. Forward that far. Good tilt to it. And rotation. Legs. Okay, because the holster is actually strapped to this leg, it does kind of fight to get up, but that's how far his legs will spread. Kick forward that far. I'm sorry about that. Rotation at the thigh. Like Ahsoka, the knee joint is hidden behind the front of the pant leg, so you get up beyond 90, rotate at the knee, and from the front you can't even see a knee joint, but if he were to kneel, then it becomes an ugly knee joint. Boot cuff for rotation. Foot hinges back, none. Forward, none. Front facing pin for rocker. So, trying to figure out how to best display him. I'm half tempted to go hunt down the mainline one and just put this head on it, because that ugly white paint they put on the other one is just, there's no excuse for it. Putting the hood back, or the robes back on, not all that difficult. Getting it to lay the exact same way, a little bit more difficult. Because once you bunch up this hood, it's up. That's all there is. Putting the hood on the figure, you get the big hoop, the big bunch, where it just sticks up way over the head. So I'm going to have to wet this sumbitch down to get it to lay flat. Or am I? So let's start by putting the pistol in the holster. Fits down in there like a glove. Then we're going to put the gaffy stick over her shoulder. And it will hang nicely in the back, kind of sideways. This is going to be a whole lot more fun to try to get on. So we're going to fold the hood down, place that over part of it, and try to use that to help lay down. So get up there into that recess. Okay, so it helps a little bit, but it's still not great. So there we have him. What do you say we take a moment and get him up on the shelf? We're going to hang out with the Joes for now, for they have the smallest build-up so far. So, once again, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all next time.